Here's a quick look at a couple of cooking shows I've produced. One of the hosts is a formerly trained chef, and the other is self-taught.
We are in the money. We really want to highlight our food. We don't want to mask it.
I'm going to top it with some shredded cheese on it. So I'm going to do a little bit of red onions.
And simple as that. You add your whole brie directly into the pan. And I love brie because it's a soft cheese, right? So when it melts, it's just divine.
And then we can use the shell and actually stuff it. Baked mac and cheese and stuff our shell. So you can actually have this, like I said, for a dinner party.
If I asked you to guess who's who, you'd probably get it wrong. The formerly trained chef is the one who was cooking in her home, and the self-taught caterer is the one who was cooking in her 4,400 square foot commercial kitchen. The point is, if you want to have your own cooking show, the only thing you need is to know how to cook. And hosting your cooking show from your home is actually a much better deal because that's a work from home or work from anywhere in the world business. You don't need to go through the Food Network or Bon Appetit or Delish or any other gatekeeper in order to have your own cooking show. All you need are your cooking skills and the desire to build a lifestyle business for yourself. If that's something you want to learn how to do, use the link in the description box to sign up for my free 5-day cooking show challenge. In this next clip, you'll see an example of how you can expand your cooking show into something much bigger. In addition to Sharon's cooking show, she also has her business chat series, which is a talk show where the conversation takes place while she cooks, and then Sharon and her guests sit down and continue the conversation over the meal she just prepared.
Hi, I'm Sharon Burns, owner and operator at Arts Catering, and we are here cooking with Sharon, the business chat.
And he said, "You want to be in business? Okay, I'll help you." And so he gave me a subcontract, and that is literally how I got started. And it's almost interesting because the first check that Adelson received, the first check that I got, I couldn't even cash it because I did not have a business checking account.
Oh my gosh.
It never even occurred to me to open one. I mean, that is, that should be high on your to-do list when you start a business.
What's the biggest misnomer as a leader, as a business owner, as a, someone who's running their own shop?
That you're going to have free time?
That you're going to have free time. You really don't, but you have to carve it out. You have to make time. This is why I'm on this self-care journey to be intentional. I came into 2022 saying, Jamise, you got to be intentional.
Okay.
The support I had in the school system was phenomenal.
Okay.
I researched other places that had the cost of living was a little lower.
Right.
And when I would talk to them on the phone, the way in which they expressed their engagement with individuals with autism made me feel as though that wouldn't be a good move for my son. So I had to figure out a way to stay in this area so that he could stay in these schools and be able to live on my own as a single woman.
Right.
So he's the reason that I'm here.
Okay.
And then even to get the master's degree, I went back for a master's degree because it was in early childhood education. And I realized that it was very different than elementary and I wanted to be able to connect with my son. When I went back for the PhD, it was in early childhood special education because I wanted to be able to serve as an advocate for my son. So everything that I've done, all the blessings have come from him. So it really is something where I monetize motherhood. So I never walked away from being a mother. It was always the center, and all these other things were just arms of motherhood that I was now, selling as soft skills.
Okay. And as we started to get closer to the end of our 3-year lease, we went back and forth about whether or not this was something we wanted to continue. We had a lot of challenges along the way. We felt like we were growing really quickly in the beginning, and then it felt kind of stagnant for a while. We had a lot of personal challenges along the way that put us in a position where we were just kind of questioning whether or not this is something we needed to and wanted to continue.
So tell me a little bit, because I could probably have a movie. I'm sure you could have a movie and a book on business partners.
Yeah. I mean, so that would played a huge part in our, decision to not continue, because what we realized very quickly was that we were, even though we shared this vision in the beginning, we were in different places in our lives and in our careers when we started the venture.
Right.
And that really impacted our ability to be successful as business partners, and just the business to be successful just in general, just because of the amount of time and dedication it took.
I'm single too.
Okay. Yep.
Single and looking. If there are any eligible guys out there, single and looking. I'm gonna say she's not single and looking. She's single. No, she's not looking. Me first. I'm older. I get first dibs.
We're not starting this competition.
Really? No, it's not a competition. I'm the oldest. I win.
Okay.
By default. You have more time than I do. It's just math. It's math.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, how do you balance the time?
But seriously,
That's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation.
we
And a
may need
whole nother
stronger-
wine.
I
Yes,
was about to say
something.
we
Yes,
need stronger
yes.
alcohol
Yes.
to have that discussion. Okay, so
So
Again, Sharon didn't have to ask anyone's permission to host the kind of show that's important to her. And you don't need anyone's permission either. With your own cooking show, you can lead the dialogue on food and anything else that's important to you. Do you have any ideas now about what you could do with your own cooking show? You can get started today with my free 5-day challenge. Just use the link in the description box below. Now I'm going to show you a couple of outtakes from Sharon's show and then show you a full episode so you can see what the finished product looks like.
hi, I'm Sharon Burns, owner and operator at RX Catering in the DC metro area, and we're here cooking with Sharon, the business chat. I am super excited to have a guest here today, Ayana Smith. And, just like our previous episodes, we're going to be cooking and chatting. Now, you all know that a lot of times business decisions, family gatherings, good and bad, happen around food.
Yep.
So that's why I decided to do like a cooking segment and then talk about business. So let's get started.
I'm down.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So today we have, sometimes we like to sip too. And you're in the sipping mood today?
I'm in a sipping mood
Okay, good.
every day.
Well, last time we focused on another black wine, Yaki. And I know all of y'all have heard about this, Black Girl Magic. I know you
I've
have
had
the
it.
McBride sisters. I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to focus on a lot of just magic here with entrepreneurship, Black women, all types of women, small business owners. So I brought this out today, and I don't know about you. Yes, because you are about the magic. What?
You did not introduce your guest, man.
Lindsay,
Sharon.
I'm about to pour, and then she's going to
She's about
talk.
to pour, and we're about to.
Do it again.
He messed up my whole.
You were flowing. We were flowing. I can't stand him. I absolutely can't stand him.
Right out of leaving.
We would have said something at some point, Lindsay. I'm telling you. I want to fist fight him every time I see him.
Lord, don't do this. We're time is of the essence.
Who does that remind you of? Me? Him? Do it again.
Jeez. Okay. Lord.
FAMU family. That's how y'all do. At FAMU.
Let's go. Hi, I'm Sharon Burns, owner and operator at RX Catering in the DC metro area. And we're here cooking with Sharon. Okay, so we have rosé today because I'm also going to prepare for you a shrimp entree, and then we're going to get back to oh my gosh, you know what? Sorry, as a business owner, I forgot to turn off my phone. Sorry. Okay, there we go. All right, so we'll open those, and you're just going to take them, and we're going to cut them in quarters. I'm making a whole bunch of noise today. I apologize. What? Oh, it's okay. Look, now he wants to help out. Any other time, y'all, I mean, my hair could be out of place, my lipstick on my teeth or whatever. Now he wants the biscuits are falling, so it's all good. Thanks. I appreciate your help. All right. So, I mean, because, women, we got to have our hair in place at all times. But, it's the small things men don't understand. But anyways, okay, so we're back to cooking. All right. And brown sugar. Oh, no. Oh, man, it looks like I haven't been cooking in a while. I haven't been practicing. Oh, and then cinnamon, about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Gotta have that. Oh, you know what? I messed up. Okay, so damn. I knew I was doing okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna redo that part. I'm gonna because I should have. Dang. And action.
Oh, she's not in food. I was bad. I'm just as bad. I'm just as bad.
Lord. Okay. Hi, we're back cooking with Sharon. I've gotten questioned. Hey, Sharon, can we get some salmon options? And I got you covered. No problem. Today we are going to make a blackened salmon. So a lot of times you have your blackening season in the store that you can grab. You can read the back of the bottle and see what the contents are, but we're going to make our own blackening season today. It's going to be so simple, and you can duplicate it and make it, as spicy or not as spicy as you want to. So that's going to be the healthy component of our meal today. I'm going to add just a little bit of flair, and we're going to make a cream sauce that's going to go amazingly with this blackened salmon. So let's get started. So for our blackening sauce or seasoning, I have here cayenne pepper. I have some smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, some thyme, some oregano, black pepper, and regular just salt. So I have our portioned out pieces of salmon, and I kept the skin on today. No particular reason, but what we're going to do is, and if you like the skin, that's cool too. You can actually cook the salmon with the skin. That's where all the nutrients is. Or you can cook it and hold the flavor in, and then just take it off when you eat it. I'm not a huge skin fan, but I like to keep it on a lot of times just to maintain and hold the flavor inside the piece of fish. So right here, what I'm doing is I just took a little bit of melted butter, and just make sure that you coat, all sides of the piece of fish. And again, this is, I cut from a side of salmon. So I had a big side of salmon, and I decided just to cut from it. It's more economical than you going into the store and, going to the seafood section and having cut pieces of fish already there. You're paying for the cut. So why don't you just do it at home? It's so much easier. You can make it the portion size that you want. And like I said, it's less expensive. So we have our piece of salmon coated. I'm just going to start off with a little bit of, we're going to coat each one with the seasonings that I said. The garlic, we have the onion powder. Just make sure, and I could have pre-coated and seasoned all this, but I wanted to show you all how simple it is and how you can do it at home yourself. So that's just one step that we can cut out if you wanted to. So this is the onion powder, and again, this is all that goes really into a blackening season a lot of times. There are some other seasonings that you can put in, but this is the base of it, and you can make it at home. All right, so this is I mix the my oregano and my thyme, so we're gonna add this on, and then we're gonna add in also the cayenne pepper. Now, do it to your preference, your liking of heat. I like, my thing's kind of spicy, but also, I don't want to, it can't be unbearable to eat. because then, I mean, what's the point? You won't be able to eat anything because you're constantly all hot with flavor. So I have, this is a smoked paprika. Smoked is important. You want to make sure that you grab the smoked flavoring, and we're coating, like I said, all sides of it, making sure that's nicely seasoned. And you want to make sure that this is smoked paprika. And if you don't have it, it's okay. I'm going to give you a way to cheat. So if you don't have smoked paprika, then you can take, and if you have liquid smoke at home, you can use a little bit of liquid smoke in your marinade and then add the regular paprika. It's not going to be the same, but it's a good substitute. So our pieces of salmon are looking very nice here. And then for that flair and kick, we have the cayenne pepper. I'm not going to make it too spicy today. I'm going to save a little for our sauce of our cream sauce. But as you can see, look at that. That is so nicely coated. You can use this, like I said, pan sear it, or you can actually put this on the grill, or you can bake it. So simple. And then we're going to add just a little bit of salt and black pepper. Okay, so get your skillet going, and we're going to put a little bit of olive oil. Now, again, when you're cooking salmon, you want to make sure that we're not overcooking it. Seafood should be 130, 135, but you don't want a dried out piece of salmon. And that goes, we'll keep the salt and pepper over here because we're going to need it for our cream sauce. So let me just sneak and put a little bit of olive oil, just a little. You guys probably don't have this at home because it's a lot. But you can also use, if you don't have olive oil, you can use a little bit of butter. And I'm going to put the remainder of butter that we have from our salmon coating in here, just so I don't have to lift up that olive oil again. And I think we will be good to go. You want your skillet kind of hot. All right. I have gloves here because I don't want my hands smelling throughout the whole demo like fish. All right. So if you have skin on your salmon, go ahead and start off with the skin side up. Okay? We'll put that down. I had a little piece that I cut. Just a little baby one too. I'm gonna sample that. Okay. So when we're cooking, like I said, the temperature with our salmon, we're gonna probably cook it on each side for about maybe 5 minutes to start off. And then if you do have a thermometer at home, you could do an internal temperature check, but we're gonna make this medium for right now because once we make our cream sauce, then we're gonna add this back in just for a moment to finish it off. So if you don't want the cream sauce because you're trying to, watch your calorie intake, no problem. You can stop at this point right here once the salmon is cooked to your temperature preference. So, but we're going to, like I said, cook it medium so then we can finish it off in our cream sauce. So we want the blackening kind of look and flavor. We've already added, so we'll let this cook up really nicely. And while that is cooking, I'm going to tell you what we have for our sauce. So right here, I've taken bell peppers. I did yellow and orange today because I just wanted a different color and flair to our sauce. You can use red or green. There's no real preference when you're making the sauce. And the flavor of these peppers are a little bit different. Ooh, that looks good. All right, and then I have about a half of a medium red onion. And then I have fire roasted tomatoes that I actually It's Rotel. You can find it in like the tomato section. You can get a can that's already fire roasted, and I used half of the can. So again, about a half a cup. Minced garlic, of course, and then I have grated Parmesan cheese, about a half a cup, and I have lime juice, about a teaspoon of lime juice, and I have cornstarch. That's to thicken up our sauce a little bit. And then, of course, salt and pepper. Okay, so you see right here, that looks amazing as far as our blackening. So we're gonna flip it, let it cook a little bit more, and then, like I said, we'll put it off to the side. But this is how yours should look at home. That blackening seasoning that we coated our salmon with before we started this is where all the flavor is. So it's looking very good. So we're gonna let that cook a little bit longer. And then also going back to our ingredients for our sauce, I have heavy cream. That's why I said if you're trying to, watch the calories, I get it. But this is gonna be for our savory type of entree and our sauce. We love sauces. So I have heavy cream here, about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup. And then I have chicken. I used veggie bouillon today. So this is about a cup of that. You can use chicken as well if you don't have the veggie stock or bouillon at home. All right, so this is looking very good. Now this may take a little bit longer than what I said before as far as like cooking the salmon, only because I made these cuts a little bit thicker. And it was only because it was a thicker piece of salmon, but that's okay. It'll just cook a little bit longer, and I like my salmon medium well anyway, so once we take it off and then put it back in our sauce, it'll be perfect. Okay. Again, we don't want dry salmon. So we will take this out right now. Ooh, put it off to the side. And then we'll start our sauce. Oops, it's falling apart. Okay. We're gonna keep the same skillet as before. That looks really good. We don't want to dirty up another dish. Plus we have the flavor and the sauce, the butter in here from before. Oh, don't tell me that my thing went out. That's all right, I'm prepared. That's why it actually, you're at home, so you don't have to worry about this little change. All right, we're good to go. All right, so we're gonna take our peppers and we're gonna just put it in here. Be careful not to get yourself dirty like myself. And then we're gonna take the red onions. And again, this sauce, the quantity that I'm making right now is probably good for like four to five pieces of 6-ounce salmon. I kind of abbreviated today because I'm cooking a lot, so I don't want to waste. So we're gonna cook these down, and then we're gonna add just a little bit of pepper that you have from before, a little bit of salt, just a little, because remember the chicken stock has some salt in it as well as your cheese. So we're gonna take the minced garlic that we have, add that. You all know I love garlic, so I go a little overboard, but you could probably use about 4 cloves of garlic. So we wanna cook this down so it's really soft. And then the fire roasted tomatoes, that's gonna complement the blackening very nicely. So we'll cook this down so the peppers are soft, and we will add in, let's add in a little bit of our chicken stock. No, I'm sorry, I didn't use chicken today. Veggie stock. Like I said, you can use chicken. I opted for veggie today since it's a seafood option. And depending on what type of stock that you have, it could the veggie, the chicken tends to be a little bit more salty. So you want to make sure that you're not adding too much salt if you're using the chicken stock. Let me just taste it a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna add in just a little bit more salt. I taste that. Did I add in? No, it must be from the salmon. I taste a little bit of heat, so that cayenne pepper that was on the salmon is still in our skillet, which is awesome because we want that to transfer over into our sauce, that flavor. Okay, so let this cook off a little bit, and then let's see, we're gonna add in, next we're gonna add in a little bit of the lime. Like I said, it's about a teaspoon, I think, of the lime juice. You all know, a lot of times I don't measure, right? I'm always doing it by taste, by look, and you'll get good at, if you look at something and you can smell the aroma coming up, and then also just by trial and error. You know, if you continue to cook all the time and just to your liking, your taste, you'll be able to do the same thing, you know, not measure everything. You know, that's what recipes are for, is, you know, to have accuracy with the specific measurements if you're unsure. But like I said, you'll get good at it to where you don't have to measure all the time. All right, so we're going to add in the roasted red tomatoes. And we're gonna also add in our Parmesan, the last ingredients, the Parmesan, the heavy cream, and our cornstarch. And I have my whisk here because a lot of times with the cream sauces, I like to make sure that it's really smooth, especially if we're adding in the cornstarch along with the Parmesan. If you have, the grated Parmesan is going to be a little bit easier to actually work with as far as getting it smooth. If you don't have the grated Parmesan and you have shredded, then the whisk is actually going to help you a lot more. Make sure that it's smooth and consistent. All right. Okay, you see that cheese is getting really thick. That's what we want. We'll add in just a little bit of the cornstarch right now. And just slowly add in the rest of your heavy cream. And with heavy cream, the longer that you sit here and whisk it, like I'm doing, it'll eventually get thicker, and the cornstarch is going to actually help as well, thicken it up. All right. So one other ingredient that I didn't have over here, but I'm going to taste it in a minute to make sure. We may not need to add it, but the cayenne pepper. So we have the blackening, component, of course. The cayenne pepper is going to just add that little bit of kick. Now, one thing I will say, what you could add a little bit more of is Parmesan, if you want. I don't have it handy right here with me. That's all right, because this is thickening up. But if you wanted to add just a little bit more to make the texture a little bit more cheesy, go for it. Oh yeah, I think we need to add in just a little bit more cayenne. You want to make sure you're putting in the right one, because you have the smoked pepper and you have the cayenne pepper, or smoked paprika, and cayenne pepper. So we're going to add in just a little bit of the cayenne. And you see it's getting nice and creamy. So this amount right here that we're making could easily be good for, like I said, 4 to 5 pieces of salmon. And so with this type of sauce, it's gonna go amazingly with, I did angel hair pasta, But you can also do penne pasta if you wanted. Or any other type, linguine you could do. And you see, oh my gosh, this looks so, let's make sure, sorry, we have all the cheese off. Since I don't have any extra up here, you know, I don't want to clutter up my table with big bags of everything. So I portioned it out, but I want to make sure that all the cheese is there. So it's looking very good. Uh-oh, I knew our heat went out. Let's see. Don't tell me we have another. This was full. Let me just make sure. Okay, here we go. All right. You know, there's always something going on. Okay, so we're gonna let this simmer just a little, and then we're gonna add back in our salmon. But oh my God, y'all, look at this. Look at this. It's looking so great. I'm excited. It looks and it smells really good. So I'm sure you're gonna be able to duplicate this at home as well. So if you want to pre-make this sauce, you can even do that and put it off to the side. When you get, by the time you get home, you can just reheat it and then make your salmon, bam, put it in here. You can use this sauce with other types of fish as well, but it is almost good to go. So we are going to put our salmon back in. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. This salmon is, oh, here we go. Okay. Uh-oh. And we will just finish. This one looks like, yeah, it's pretty much done. We're gonna put it in and bam. We'll let it cook for a little bit longer. We'll top it with a little bit of our sauce that we've made, our cream sauce. Now again, you don't have to have this cream sauce. You can stop at the blackening part. So, wasn't that so simple? Now let's just plate it up. Again, this is something that you have the option to either make it super healthy by just using the blackening and then plating it up with maybe just like a vegetable. We're going to, like I said, use the angel hair pasta and serve with broccoli. So we have a balanced meal here. So we'll take our pasta and take our piece of salmon. Actually, you know what? You really, if you don't want the broccoli, you don't have to have it. I just wanted to have a balanced meal today. Okay, so, oh, let's see. This piece is easier to get out. All right. Doesn't that look awesome? And then we'll just add a little bit more sauce. And there you have it. Just because I have it, let's not waste it. We're gonna put some broccoli just so it is a balanced meal. All right, so again, something quick, easy, economical, and delicious. Where do you get that? Of course, Cooking with Sharon. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Enjoy.
When you're ready to learn how to host your own cooking show, use the link below to sign up for my free 5-day cooking show challenge.